Venture capitalist John Doerr has gone from backing some of the biggest internet companies to focusing now on clean energy. And as we said, he's on the Hill today making that pitch. John Doerr joins us now from the museum in Washington. And John, I understand you're going to be taking this to the president himself today. Specifically, what are you asking for?
We're asking policymakers, the president, to step up for the long term America's commitment to clean energy research. Today, that number is around $5 billion a year. Sadly, that's Americans spend more than that on potato chips every year, and we think it ought to go up by another $11 billion to $16 billion. And the payoff, if we do that, will be more jobs, a stronger economy. We can today we send $1 billion a day overseas to buy fossil fuel energy, and we can also clean the environment at the same time.
So what can you do with $16 billion? I mean, specifically, when you're saying clean energy, what is it that you're focusing in on as the most viable alternative?
Well, there's a wide range of alternatives, and we're not picking a single winner. We think entrepreneurs in the marketplace, consumers ought to pick those. But for example, it's everything from advanced solar to better batteries for electric vehicles to more efficient wind turbines, advanced biofuels. I'm very excited, optimistic, in fact, about the range of work that can be done. But our funding level today, $5 billion, I want to compare that, if I may, with what the country invests in healthcare research. The NIH budget is over $30 billion. And as a result, America is the worldwide leader in biotechnologies and innovations in healthcare. We need to do the same thing for a committed long-term basis in energy innovation.
So what response have you received from the administration at this point? I mean, the argument could be made this is an extremely politicized issue. I mean, in some way, are you acknowledging that you don't expect climate change legislation at this point?
No, I wouldn't say that for a moment. I'm optimistic that America will, at this time, around the Gulf tragedy, around the need to create jobs, that our political leaders can come together, enact right now the recommendations that we're making in any one of a number of energy bills, and set us for the first time on a course of independence and real economic strength while we're dealing with carbon pollution.
John, you know, you've been really successful as a venture capitalist. So much innovation comes out of the private sector. I want to ask you to characterize for me what is going to change on that front when you look at private sector solutions. There's concern now that with financial reform, venture capitalists like yourself are going to be dissuaded from investing in new projects because of the proposal to tax your businesses once you sell them. Is that proposal on carried interest and further there, is that going to hurt innovation?
Well, you know, you tax what you want less of and you incentivize what you want to do. And I'm actually very optimistic that we're going to end up with an approach that helps generate the revenues that our government needs. We've got to reduce our deficit and at the same time be able to encourage investments and risk-taking by entrepreneurs. So,
have you voiced your concerns to some of these legislators and other people on Capitol Hill about financial reform?
There is help clarify this, there is a financial reform bill in place, and it really doesn't affect in an important way
the specific carried interest provision was what I was asking about. I'm apologizing for cutting you off so rudely here, but we are ruled by a computer and I'm forced to take a commercial break. Thank you for joining us so much with your perspective.